What's going on, Daytona fans? It's Kevin here, and you're watching part 2 of the dyno footage. This is where I talk about the footage and the numbers itself. Now first off, before we start, if you haven't already watched part 1, definitely do that first, because this video will make a lot more sense if you watch it in order. With that out of the way, let's get started. Now in part 1, I put up runs 2 and 4. Why did I do that? Well, run number 2 was actually a pretty good run. The shop owner went through the gears for me and I wanted to showcase that to you. And run number 4 was the one that produced the best numbers. So I wanted to just put those two together. Run number 1 was the most exciting run for me because I had no idea what to expect. And I've never heard the exhaust outside of the car before. So I think it was a very exciting time for me to watch that first run. They were all very exciting. The car is very, very loud, a lot louder than I thought it would be, which makes me very happy and reaffirms my decision not to get a aftermarket exhaust. Now run number 3 is similar to run number 2. It's just another dyno run where he goes through the gears and then steps on it to create power. They were all very good runs in my opinion, just because I've never really been a part of a dyno run experience. Now that the footage is out of the way, let's talk about the numbers. The numbers I feel were produced based on two very important factors that affected the numbers. Factor number 1 is that when the shop runner was doing the dyno run, he actually told me that the vehicle was slipping on the dyno. So with that said, I feel like I definitely lost a little horsepower here and there. I don't know how much it was slipping. I don't know where it was slipping because I didn't get a chance to sit in the car with him. I didn't really get a chance to experience the slip myself. Now factor number 2 is that there wasn't a shop fan in front of my car. And I think that plays a pretty big role because as you pick up speed in a real life situation, more air is getting pushed towards the bumper. However, in my dyno run, the air was stagnant, so as the car was sucking in more and more air, it was sucking in stagnant air. Now just a quick history about the 5.7 liter motor. In 2011 was the first year Dodge said that these motors put out 370 horses and 395 pound-feet of torque. Now if that was the case, then the numbers I got should have been produced in 2011. That's fine. But now in 2017, with the Daytona package and the cold air intake and the active exhaust, I feel like these cars should produce a little more than 370 and 395 in torque. So that's another reason why I feel like my car underperformed today. I think if these two factors weren't there, if there wasn't any slip on the dyno, and if there was a good simulation of increased speed and increased air coming to the airbox, I firmly believe that my car would have made more power. How much more power, I don't really know, but I wouldn't be surprised if I gained an extra 5 to 10 wheel horsepower and torque on top of that. I do believe that this car is capable of more than what it's producing. I definitely do feel like the car underperformed that day, but the conditions aren't perfect. We don't live in a perfect world, so those are the numbers that I ended up with. So what's next? Well, now that I've established a baseline on the dyno, I think it's pretty clear that I need to establish a baseline at the quarter mile. That way I'll have all my numbers before I start modding. And when I start modding, hopefully I'll be able to take it to the track every time I put a new mod on it. That way I'll be able to see if it actually improved the vehicle, or if it did nothing, or if it actually made it worse. I'm very interested in finding out what kind of mods will do what to the vehicle and whether it'll have a positive or a negative impact. Alright Daytona fans, that's it for this video. I hope you found it entertaining and enjoyable at the same time. In the comment section below, please let me know if you enjoyed these angles. Until next time, have a great day. Peace.